Everybody, it's a new video on Jason Blaha. It's Team On. We're going to react to the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slaves video, Blaha. So in this video, Jason Blaha says, get complete back development with the basics. Yeah, the basics aren't going to develop your back.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I want to chat with you guys and gals a little bit about
Is he wearing glasses? The hell?
back training. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it'd be greatly
Yeah, that ain't developing your back, throwing a weight up and down in the air, throwing it.
appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so, and if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would appreciate it so much. All right, let's get over to the topic. Back training gets way overcomplicated by influencers, and ironically, I get lots of people who are like, "Wow, your background's in powerlifting, you have a really jacked back. What do you do for it?" And it's not complicated, and it's never been complicated. And I think people fail to understand it's not just
He has a really jacked back? What? It's from what? Powerlifting? What's he talking about?
using me as an example. You can go use plenty of historic examples. And again, we can step back away.
You're not going to grow any muscle without sufficient amount of protein. You know what he's talking about. Weights don't build muscles.
From maybe the era today where guys are using more and more drugs, but I mean historically, what three movements have built
And why are these so-called guys using more and more drugs today? The peasant slaves. Why are the peasant slaves using more and more? The peasant slave lifters in the gym or whatever. Why are they using more and more whatever stuff? Guess why? Because they can't afford to eat. That's why.
best backs, even in competitive bodybuilding? Okay, has it been a bunch of cable?
Why even call it competitive bodybuilding? Just call it competitive drug sport, whatever you want to call it. Drugs, competitive drugs.
And
I took my drugs are better than your drugs. Let me show you.
no, not necessarily. What do we see? Barbell rows, deadlifts, pull-ups. Right, that's your big three. And those three will build your entire back. And this is not a case of when people say, well, you need a bunch of planes and ankles, change your grips, that's it. Right? So before you even get into that, it's just like, I don't know, we'll change your grip every now and then on your pull-ups or your rows. That will give you all the variation you would possibly need. But if you think of some of the greatest backs, look at what they did. They didn't stand around building them on machines and cables and these movements that people do. They just didn't. They did the big movements, and it builds big, thick, massive backs. And the reason I list these three is because everything.
It built big, massive backs. No, that's not what built their big, massive backs. The illusion that they have big, massive backs. They took steroids. That's what they did. A lot of these people. Jesus, man.
Will be covered top to bottom, right? Everything will be.
I think people don't even understand the difficulty of being in an anabolic growth state. The amount of food that you have to consume, the amount of animal protein that you have to consume to be in an anabolic growth state is astronomically. It's high. It's astronomically high. Is it difficult? Well, for me, it wasn't difficult. But I don't know for other people. It could be doing that, the consistent eating, being anabolic, and then the lifting part. Lifting is second to the eating. 99% of your whatever you get there will be from eating. 99%. That 1% is just from your lifting.
Fully developed. And particularly, like if rows are in there, rows actually can almost build everything because it's a balance. That's almost like your balance of everything.
I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to do you guys a favor. You're getting older, especially people that are getting older. Here's my advice to you as you're getting older. Focus more. I'm not saying you shouldn't focus. Look, stop focusing on lifting a heavy weight, trying to be the best at lifting a heavy weight forever and ever and ever and ever. Your body is going to change. It's not going to look the same. You should exercise your body every so often, for sure, periodically. Exercise it, you're breaking down some proteins, whatever, some micro tears, but focus more on eating. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do you a favor. Focus more on eating lots of animal products, as natural as you can and possibly as raw as you can, if you can. And just focus the lifting that comes after. Just focus on lifting periodically. Guaranteed you're going to be a lot stronger and look better. You're going to look better and be stronger. 100%. Getting lean is going to be a lot more attractive to women. Getting lean, looking mean, lean, fighting machine, bro. Get it? That's my goal. My goal now. Really, my goal now is just to look more lean and somewhat built. And that's it. And look more attractive to women. That's all. That's the most important thing. Attraction in this world. That's how people will treat you, the way they see you. They don't see you attractive, they're going to treat you like that. They base your personality on attraction as well.
Whereas in the other two are a little more specific. So people will say, well, how do deadlifts work the back? Well, they work the erectors, they work the low back, they work the traps.
They break the proteins down in your back. That's what they work. That's what they do.
If we went off of data that we have, they actually do work the lats.
What is Blaha doing here exactly? Breaking proteins down. That's what he's doing. The reason why there's a window for protein synthesis is because you broke down proteins. So it wants to put it back, wants to replace what you put back. If it keeps breaking down without replacing, you could end up with rhabdo in a stupor in a hospital dying.
Controversial position, but it is an evidence-based position.
See?
Okay.
And a lot of people have had this happen to them. It's made them sick. You notice people, lifters, they get sick often. They're getting sick because sometimes there's too much breaking down, not enough building up, and then, you get sick and shit. So that is kind of a sign right there. Getting sick often from lifting, bunch of stuff. But you could end up with rhabdo because the more breaking down than building up, maybe you're not keeping up with it, you get rhabdo. It's happened to a lot of people online.
Deadlifts light up an EMG more than lat pull downs do in the lats.
Yeah.
Even a lat pull down doesn't compete.
Okay.
But that makes sense because of the contracted position. But I think that's the take home that we need here. When you get people who are like, oh, we need some contracted or shortened position stuff for the back. Well, the deadlifts cover that. Think about it. You're locked back in scapular retraction with a much heavier tension than you will ever put on that region than with any sort of squeeze or pull with anything else. So you have that covered. But absolutely, the traps, the erectors top to bottom, right? They get covered with the deadlift, and your back will grow from it. If all you did was deadlift, your back would grow. All right, so pull-ups. Let's talk about pull-ups. Best lat exercise you can do. If you want a really wide V-taper, honestly, put your focus in pull-ups. Notice that I have one. And I had one when I did mostly rows, but I did some pull-ups.
They're not building your back if protein synthesis doesn't exceed that breakdown that you just did. So what's the point of breaking down if you're not exceeding the breakdown? What's the point of going there and breaking down muscles if you're not exceeding that in protein synthesis? Duh. The objective is to break proteins down, and then now you have a window for protein synthesis because it's open, and so now you have to do what? You got to try to replace those proteins higher than them breaking down. See what I mean? But here's the thing. You don't wanna just do that. You wanna get micro tears in your muscle. They're adapted. That's another reason why people aren't growing. There's so many things that are working against you.
Off and on. But when I really focused on pull-ups, it got even wider. Up here in my mid to late 40s.
Oh yeah,
got even wider. My back was always thick from all the other stuff, but when I really started doing...
This guy has kyphosis. He's not thick, he's fat. He has a thick skin in his back. People carry fat in different areas in their body, and it's a lot more pronounced in some areas than others, and it's hard to get rid of. Blaha has a lot of fat on his back. Look at his legs. There's nothing going on there. It's just cellulitis.
Doing pull-ups all the
You
time.
can see the cellulitis.
It's been said you should have money.
Other stuff. But when I really started doing pull-ups all the
Oh, he's thick from all the other stuff.
time,
Oh yeah.
especially that stretch at the bottom, it gets really wide, and it makes sense. So think about what's happening, with your lats. Okay, that pull,
His lats aren't growing.
that stretch, right? You're going to build your lats, but it also builds other stuff.
Just because you got to stretch, it doesn't mean it's going to build because you stretched something. If protein synthesis doesn't exceed breakdown, you could stretch it 1,000,000 times. And I can show you channels where they're stretching their muscles the last 6, 7 years doing stupid exercises like that Prophet Fear guy, stretching his muscles all the time in the gym, doing stupid exercises. He's never exceeding protein breakdown. How could he possibly build any muscle? Just stretching his muscles, consistently stretching them in an adapted state even, okay?
It will build the rear delts to some extent, the traps, the mid traps, all of that.
It won't build any rear delts. It will break down proteins in the rear delts from doing this.
It will get built.
It will get built. Yeah, when fucking whatever, man. When turtles fly.
Barbell rows.
All right.
Right, this will work everything. This will also ensure that we finish that upper back. So if your upper back is kind of a weak link still, barbell rows will fix it.
Uh-huh.
But again, we can
If your back is a weak length, whatever, man, a weak, whatever, barbell rows will fix it. No, they won't. Only protein will.
change the focus on a row also. Obviously, an overhand grip is going to be more upper back. The wider the grip, the higher you bring it up the chest, the more upper back. But again, this is why you can do a little bit of variations. But just rowing in general will finish off the entire trap. It obviously works the lats, works the erectors. So it works all those other muscles, but it will make sure that the upper back gets complete. Right? You get real strong at rows, you're going to have traps. You're going to have rear delts. You're going to have rhomboids. You're going to get that thickness there.
Gonna have that. You're gonna have that, man. If your diet is fucking 80%, fucking 85% carbohydrate, 15% protein, well, yeah, you're gonna get something, but it isn't gonna be myofibrillar growth. Gonna be sarcoplasmic. Yeah.
So think of rows and deadlifts as helping even more with thickness, whereas
See, here's the thing, but as bodybuilders, we're not into endurance. We're not marathon runners. We don't go to gyms to lift weights, being endurance lifting. We go there. We lift periodically. So we lift periodically to damage muscles, and then we go and we grow them. Protein synthesis needs to exceed this breakdown. That's all we do. That's all we do. We build our bodies. We don't keep breaking our bodies down. We're not endurance athletes going into the gym. We don't do that. That's not based on bodybuilding. I don't know what that is. Powerlifting, maybe that's endurance. Got to keep lifting a heavy weight for 1 rep or whatever. I don't know. Whatever this guy has in his crazy head. But that is not bodybuilding.
getting wider from pull-ups, but they all contribute. Let's keep in mind there's just an emphasis there. So, but when you look at that and you look at all the muscles work, and I would say to someone, what is being understimulated? If you did all of these and you get good at them, your back is going to grow, and it's going to grow dramatically.
If you get good at these, your back is going to grow. Your back is not going to grow getting good at breaking down proteins. You're just going to get better at breaking them down. You're an endurance athlete. The only thing that's going to grow is you're going to put back energy in there, that the amount of carbohydrates that are circulating in your blood will convert to glycogen and be stored in the muscle and liver.
Faster than when people focus on these finesse movements.
So can you look like a fake natty? Can you look like a fake natty as a natural lifter? Yeah, sarcoplasmic muscle. It's not based on myofibrillar growth. So you can fake muscles. You can fake muscles by eating complex carbohydrates, going into the gym often and lifting. So the more, especially complex carbs, so the more that circulates in your body, the more that circulates in there, the more your body will load it into the muscle, expanding the sarcoplasm. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. You can even try it out. Do like these guys. Have you ever done sarcoplasmic training? Just do like what these other lifters do. 90-day training and all that, and they built these muscles. That's sarcoplasmic training. They don't tell it to you directly, but you could say, make a video and say sarcoplasmic training. Get a 100-pound bag of potatoes and just fucking keep wolfing them down every single day. And come in every so often to the gym like this guy. Keep lifting consistently, whatever. And eat large amounts of it so that you can pump train, so you can pump it into your muscles. Get it? And then you'll have these nice sarcoplasmic muscles. You'll gain 20, maybe 30 pounds, maybe even 40. I don't know. It'll look cool. And guess what? You'll get tired of eating all those carbohydrates. You'll get sick of doing that. And then when you get that big, you'll stop. Because here's the thing. You're not going to continuously keep doing that. So you're going to stop. But when you stop, guess what's going to happen? The sarcoplasmic, that look is going to go away. Just like steroid people. Eventually, at some point, they have to stop. Now, they'll keep going for a long period of time. But you, as a natural lifter, trying to build sarcoplasmic muscles, they're not going to last, bro. They're going to go away because you're going to get lazy and tired of doing that. Now, you could try to maintain them by eating more carbohydrates all the time. But how long can you sustain that until the carbohydrates destroy your health?
The back, and you see too much of it. And that's the crazy part. You know, these people act like this is evidence-based.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hate that term when to me, evidence-based means
Look, man,
you have...
Blaha has never built any muscle. This look that he has, it's ordinary. This is ordinary. People look like this walking down the street. Man, I see people at the buffet that look obese like he does. He looks obese. Look at him. He looks obese, bro. He's obese. He's an obese slave. Yeah. Look, take a very good look at Blaha. Yeah, dude. You people are really blind. I think the people that follow him are nuts.
Actual scientific studies to support you.
Okay, whatever.
They don't. What they mean by evidence-based is, well, I've looked at an anatomy chart and I believe this is what's happening. That's it. And notice most of the guys who promote all that stuff of, well, let's pull with one arm, let's focus on the squeeze, let's line up the cable with the angle of the muscle fibers.
Oh, yeah.
How many of them actually have a back? Very few. Why? Because they're scared of work. That's usually using it as an excuse to say, hey, I'm a big floppy pussy who's lazy and scared to do a basic workout, so I'm going to come in and find something easier.
So they're lazy to break down their muscles to pretend that they're building a back by breaking proteins down and not building it. Okay.
And this is why it's going to work. No, it doesn't.
This is why it's going to work and it doesn't? It doesn't work because weights don't build muscles, dumbass. Look how skinny Blaha is. Look at him. Look how small his arms are. He's getting smaller all the time.
It does.
Look how ordinary he looks. Lifting non-stop like a slave lifting, bro. For what? Look at this physique. He's made himself bald, unattractive. It just looks funny, man. It's pointless. What he's doing here is pointless.
They'll never compare with someone who comes in and does heavy rows on their back development. It will not happen unless they have.
Look at those arms. They're chicken arms. Have you go look at my old video I put in my community, that community section part over there. I have a video of me showing myself when I was younger. When I turn from the side of my body, when I turn, look how big I look, bro. Get it? Like, look how big I look in my video. This is crazy. Where am I? Let's go see. Playlist, my playlist right here. Look. Like, look at my arm when I turn to the side. My shoulder, my arm. Look at Blaha when he turns to his side. Look at me from my front. It's older pictures here. Like, and that's I'm a natural lifter. I don't take steroids. But look at him when he stands up here. Look, take a good look at him. Look at him right here. Look at Blaha. This is Blaha. Look at his side profile. You see the kyphosis in his back and his boobs are drooping? Look at his shoulder and his arms. Look how small they are. Like, dude, I'm massive. Like, I weigh a lot. Like, if you look at me here, I weigh a lot, dude. The playlist here. I weigh a lot there. Like, I mean, a lot, bro. And I think at that time when my mom took that picture, I think I was still getting a bit bigger. I still got a little bit heavier. So look at Blaha's side profile. Look at my side profile, front, side. Look at my side. Look at my arm. It overwhelms everything. Look at him. And I have a big chest, dude. Look at me. I have a big chest, fucking. Believe me. I was big. My back was massive. I was wide. And I look at Blaha. This is funny. And even if you look at me now, I mean, look at me now, bro. At like, this is when I was younger. Now, look at me now on this video right here. My whole page. Look at me here. Look at my arm, bro. Look at my side profile. Look at my shoulder and my arm. You see, the other picture was because my mom took it so far away, I had to superimpose it. I had to bring it up closer because when she took the picture, I didn't want photos, and she took them of me when I wasn't looking. And so they were far away. At least I have those photos left. I told you, because a good majority of my photos, my girlfriend, she fucking destroyed them or something. And so I don't really have a lot of material to show myself when I was younger. But like I said, like, those ones I had to bring them up closer because they're so far away. If you saw me up closer, I was so much bigger. My mom used to say, "You're so big, I don't like to walk with you in the street." And look at me here, bro. Oh my God. I'm like, in this picture, I think what am I, 57, 56? 56, 57. Look at my side profile. Look at Blaha. Look at his side profile. What is this? It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Whatever, man.
It doesn't. They'll never compare with someone who comes in.
I'm sure they won't.
Well, studies showing more muscle growth from doing any of this. So keep.
Studies show more muscle growth doing this? No. It's fucking sarcoplasmic growth, maybe. They ain't muscles. Weights don't build muscles. They break proteins down.
That in mind, this is not even a case of, well, science says no, it doesn't. Science says the deadlift is an absolute monster for your back.
Holy shit, look at his
If you're
boobs.
going to go off of
Did you see his boobs shake? His boobs were shaking there in the blubber.
scientific evidence, they'd all be only what we have in studies. That's it. Only the evidence from studies. They'd all be
Okay, whatever.
promoting the deadlift,
Yeah, whatever.
right? So do we understand that?
Right? Yeah,
Hopefully we
that.
do.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully you do now.
I don't know, I don't. But whatever.
All right. But these are the movements you need. You'll have a complete back, top to bottom, if you get good at these three things. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that
Okay, Blaha.
today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
I'm sure he will. I'll see you in the next time. Ciao, friends.